everybody. I am going to take us through the expected work pages. Feel free to follow along with me if you have not completed them yet. If you have, this is a great review and a check-in to make sure we were on the right track. All right, so when we open up that lesson 1 expected worksheet pages for week 5, this is what we see. You may have it on some form of technology or you may have printed it out. Either way is great. So let's take a look at our learn. It says you can skip count by 3s to find how many there are. So skip counting by 3s. I want you to remember skip counting is when we skip a couple numbers. So instead of doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I'm doing 3, 6, 9. I'm skipping by 3 numbers each time. One way I want you to think about it is I want you to think about it like we did in class when we did it on our fingers. So I'm just going to, don't judge my drawing, I'm just going to draw a hand since you can't see my hand. There we go. I'm going to draw 2 because we have 2 hands, right? All right. Think about skip counting on your fingers. We've done it with 5s before, we've done it with 10s before, now we're doing it with 3s. So if I'm skip counting by 3s with my fingers, I'm going to go 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. So if I skip counted on all 10 of my fingers, if I skip counted by 3 10 times, I would land at 30 on that last finger, right? So let's take a look at this now. It says, our friend over here is reminding us that one group of 3 marbles. So he's saying if you have one group, there's 3 marbles in each group. So he wants to know how many marbles are in 10 bags. Well, let's skip count and do it. I'm going to do it on my fingers. You do it how you would like to do it, and let's do that together. So we have 3, 6, 9, whoops, mine's wanting to draw a straight line, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, then we're hopping all the way over to 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. So I know that if I had 10 bags of marbles and there were 3 marbles in each bag, that I would have how many altogether? 30, correct. You can count by 3s. So we know that 10 times 3 equals 30 because that 10 is the number of groups we have and 3 is how many marbles are in each bag. So 10 times 3 is 30. There are 30 marbles in 10 bags. So let's keep going. Let's take a look at our let's practice. It says, use skip counting to find the missing numbers. Remember, skip counting is where we're skipping over numbers, right? So they're showing us an example. 5 times 3 equals 15 and 3 times 5 equals 15. I want you to pay close attention to this. That is not my best star. Let's try that again. There we go, better. 5 times 3 equals 15. 3 times 5 equals 15. Do you notice how these numbers are the same? They have the same, they're working with the same numbers, but if we notice right here, we have 5 times 3, and then here we have 3 times 5. So this is a fact, these are fact families, right? They're using the same exact numbers. We see that it doesn't matter if the 5 or the 3 comes first. We still have 5 groups with 3 in each group, or 3 in each group and 5 groups, right? Or 3 groups with 5 in each group. You're still going to get 15. So it does not matter which way we flip those numbers we're multiplying. We still get the same total. The same total. So number 1 says, let's do 4 times 3. And I want you to think of 2 strategies you can use during this. You can skip count by 3s, maybe on your fingers, in your head, Or you can use a number line. This is very similar to a number line, right? Think if I had a number line drawn here. If you need a number line to make sure you're not skipping numbers, that is totally fine. You can, of course, use a number line because we know the numbers that would come in between would be 1 and 2, 4 and 5, 7 and 8, 10 and 11, right? If you need to use a number line to help you and make sure you're on track, that is totally okay. So number 1, let's look at it. 4 times 3. So I'm thinking I have 4 groups with 3 in each group. Maybe you want to draw a picture to help you. That's another strategy. 4 groups, and I said I have 3 in each group. If I'm still getting used to skip counting and I need to count all of them all together, that's okay. But I want us to practice skip counting too. So first I'm going to skip count on my fingers. Do this with me. I can't see you and you can't see my fingers, but think about it. So I have my 1 finger, 3, 6, 9, 12. I held up 4 fingers for 4 groups. I know that if I have 4 fingers, I get to 12 if I'm skip counting by 3, right? Awesome. And then also if I look over here and I counted up all these dots, I would also have 12. So what I want you to do right now is on your own, I want you to try 10 times 3. Remember, 10 groups with 3 in each group. Use whatever strategy you would like to figure it out. Try skip counting. All right. You tell me what you get. If you're still working, just pause my video and then unpause when you're ready. Well, I know 10 times 3, if I'm skip counting on my hands, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. I have 10 fingers up, and if I have 10 fingers up and I'm skip counting by 3s, I know I'm at 30. 10 times 3 is 30. Another trick some of you might know is that if I'm multiplying by 10, I just need to take that number and add that 0 behind it. I know a lot of you have shared that strategy in class that you use. That's a strategy to use, but I also want you to be able to skip count. So we need to know how to skip count as well. All right, let's take a look at number 3. It says, find the missing numbers. 6 groups of 3 equals blank times 3. Well, let's think about it. If I have 6 groups of 3, that means I have 6 groups with 3 in each group, right? So what number is going to go right here? Well, they already put my 3 in each group, so I just need to take the number of groups I have, which they told me was 6. So now I have 6 times 3. Now I can skip count by 3s to figure out how many. Well, I know I'm going to go up to 6 fingers if I'm skip counting by 3, so I'm going to do that. Count in your head, or count out loud or in your head with me. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I know that 6 times 3 is 18. All right, now we're on number 4. I want you to try this one on your own. I'm going to give you a second. If you do not finish before I get started with it, remember, just pause the video and go at your own pace. We have 7 groups of 3 equals blank times 3. All right, take a minute and you figure this one out. All right. I see they already put my 3 in each group, right? Because I have 7 groups with 3 in each. I know that I need to represent the number of how many groups there are, and they told me that was 7. So I'm doing 7 times 3. Maybe I'm going to use a number line. Maybe I'm going to use my fingers. Whichever strategy you want to do to skip count, go for it. I'm going to use my fingers. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I had 7 fingers held up, and I know 7 fingers held up when skip counting by 3 is 21. All right, great work, guys. Let's take a look at 5 through 8 now. Number 5 wants us to 5 through 8 wants us to multiply by 3 to find the missing numbers. All right, we can skip count by 3s. We can definitely do that. So 2 times 3, meaning I have 2 groups with 3 in each, right? 2 groups with 3 in each. So I can skip count by 3s. 3, 6. I have 6. So I know 2 times 3 is 6. All right, I want you to do 6 through 8. Right now would be a great time to pause the video while you figure those out, and then go ahead and unpause it when you're ready to listen. Well, 9 times 3, I'm going to do hops for this one. I know I have 9 groups and 3 in each group. So I'm going to do, if I was starting, if I was starting at 0, I know I'm going to do a hop and get to 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I've made how many hops so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to make 9. I'm going to take a big hop down here. 18. All right, now I'm at 6 hops. 21, 24, and one more hop's going to be 9 hops, right? 27. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hops. So 9 hops 3 times gets me to 27. If you need to use a number line and fill in all those numbers to make sure you're on the right track, that's fine too. 8 times 3. Well, I just did 9 times 3, which I knew was 27. If I hop back 1 hop, that would get me to 24, right? But I'm going to double check on my fingers. I'm going to go up to 8 fingers. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 24. Oh, I'm sorry, 18, 21. Caught my mistake. 24. So 8 times 3 is 24. All right, now I'm going to take a look at number 8. It says 3 times 3. Well, that's 3 groups with 3 in each group. So 3, 6, 9. All right, I hope you're with me. You guys are doing an awesome job. Let's keep it going. Now it's telling us here are 4 bowls. Right? We have 4 bowls, and there's 3 potatoes in each bowl. How many potatoes are in all? Well, think about it. We've talked about setting up those multiplication problems. We set it up by doing how many groups there are and how many are in each group, and then we put that multiplication sign in the middle. So just like down here, 4 groups of 3 potatoes, 4 times 3. Look here, they've got the pictures for you, counting on their fingers. She said, I count by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12. There are 12 potatoes in all. All right, let's take a look at our guided learning. It wants us to use our skip counting to find the missing numbers. We have got this. So, right here, she says she has 8 groups of stickers. She's thinking in her head, I need to skip count by 3 8 times. They already put the first 3 there for you. So you go ahead right now and fill in the rest. This is a good time to pause the video while you fill it in, and then unpause when you're ready to check with me. All right, we're doing 3, 6, 9, 3 more is 12, 15, 18, 21, and 3 more than 21 is 24. 8 groups of stickers is 24, right? Let's go fill it in now over here. We knew that we do the number of groups and the number of each in each group. So it said a sticker album has 8 pages. 8 pages are our number of groups. And there are 3 stickers on each page. So that means I need to multiply my 8 groups 3 times because there's 3 in each group, right? So let's skip count by 3s 8 times. And we did that over here, right? Do it again just to double check. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. 24. There are 24 stickers in all together, right? We know when we're doing multiplication, we're looking for how many there are in all. You guys are doing an awesome job with this multiplication, and that brings us to the end of these expected workbook pages. I hope this helped, and I hope you were able to follow along and do an awesome job skip counting by threes. I know you can do an awesome job. You all did so great when we did it with 5s and 10s, so I would not be surprised if you're doing just as awesome with 3s. Let me know if you have any questions.